Hey, how you doing, family, business partners, friends? I had to make another stop in the course of doing business, since I got to be out, and since I'm getting paid for the mileage that I use, I claim my business mileage. I have to make all my runs before the fight come on tonight. So I don't want to do anything else while this fight is going, so I'm getting it all done now. But I wanted to give a quick talk in continuation of what I just spoke about and left off with. And I'm speaking mainly to business partners as well as clients that's out there and other people that might be looking into the area of acquiring pure physical gold bullion. The issue came up about spot price. And this older gentleman that we were talking about, he mentioned spot price. He kept on saying, what's the spot price? I bet you won't mention that. Your gold is higher than spot price. Can you go get it at spot price? So let me give you an analogy about spot price. Now, the definition of spot price when it comes to gold bullion is basically the opening market price or market rate for gold bullion on any given day. That is the spot price. That is the opening mark or dollar value for gold bullion. That can go up throughout the day or it can go down depending on different factors like any stock or mutual fund. But that's what spot price is. It's the opening value of gold bullion on any given day. And I will give you an analogy. It's kind of like when a consumer want to go and buy a car. What is the one factor that determines the value of cars throughout America? It's called the blue book, right? Anytime any smart consumer or new car buyer want to go out and buy a car, what is the first thing we all tell them to check? We say, check the blue book value. See, that's quote unquote the spot price. It'll give you the going rate for a particular vehicle with a given year and everything. There is a high and a low blue book. And the reason it gives you that is because there are other intangibles that will give that certain car added value. That's why you have the high blue book value as opposed to the low blue book value, right? So what are these other intangibles that gives a car added value, which will make the high blue book value of the car reach the high blue book value? Well, mileage. If, for example, if you went and looked for a 2015 500 Benz S-Class, the blue book value would say maybe, and I don't know the exact number, but it would say, for the sake of this conversation, $25,000. Well, that's the blue book value. There's a high and a low. Well, what determines the high blue book value? The upkeep of the car, the mileage that's on the car. All of that goes into the value to say a seller can sell it at the high blue book value as opposed to the low blue book value. But the blue book value nonetheless is your starting point. Bring that back to gold. The spot price is your starting point on gold. So all the brokers that are out there, all the sellers of fine precious metals, they know what they end up paying for it. So when they sell it to the consumers, they get a premium. They get a seller's premium because they're selling it to you. In order to make a profit, they have to add some dollar value to the spot price or whatever value they bought it for. That's called a seller's premium. That's their profit margin. So if they bought gold bullion by the gram at $45, you walked into their place of business trying to buy said gram of gold, they're going to sell it, depending on their markup, $6 to $10 more. It's business. So when some smarter than the average bear comes to you and says, oh, that's more than spot price. Of course. Just like a car, if you went and bought it you looked at the Blue Book value and you went down to any 5 to 10 dealerships will sell you that same car at 5 to 10 different prices. It will never be the Blue Book value. So I just wanted to share that with you as a point of reference, something to think about, especially the potential goal savers. That way you will at least have an understanding with this analogy on what they mean when they say spot price. So I'm going to leave you with that. I'm going to go and finish my daily runs before the fight. And I will see you guys later. Okay? Salute.